everyone. I am going to talk about student perspectives on technology-supported interaction in tolerance education. Introduction. The fact that people live in the harmony together evokes the concept of tolerance. As a result of the historical processes from the past to the present, the culture, tradition, perception, and behavior styles of societies are changing. Living together in a changing environment in the social sense is possible with the education given to individuals. Tolerance education. UNESCO emphasizing the importance of tolerance education and conducting studies in this field experiences tolerance education as the development of the new generation's ability to reach independent judgment, critical thinking, and ethical reasoning. It is emphasized that tolerance is the primary value in providing peace and tranquility in societies with diverse religious beliefs, culture, race, and gender in the globalizing world. When the literature examined, we come across studies in which students are participating on the subject of tolerance education. Today, with the transition to web-based distance education as an alternative to face-to-face education, it is predicted that the effect of technology-integrated education on learning processes will be mentioned a lot in the future. There are studies that express the student-centered, collaborative participation, critical thinking, motivation, questioning, and problem-solving abilities of technology-integrated courses through the eyes of students. Need for this study. When the literature is examined, it is seen that the concept of tolerance gains importance for the differentiation in societies with globalization and for people to live in harmony. Tolerance is the peaceful coexistence of individuals, open-mindedness, respect for others apart from ethnicity, social position, beliefs, or abilities, and the embracing of equality and cultural diversity as well. Therefore, it is important to ensure that children grow up as individuals who can adapt to social life by starting from the home environment at an early age. The use of new active methods in education, motivation of students towards learning, development of creativity, cooperation and acquisition of new skills increase with technology. In this context, the application of education also gains importance in the acquisition of tolerance, awareness, knowledge and skills to the individual and in transforming them into behavior. It is an important element to learn tolerance education effectively and to use innovative training methods to ensure permanence in learning. Digital education is used as a way for students to interact with their are in a constant change and transformation means that multiple activities gain importance in terms of supporting the emotions of students and providing motivation. Therefore, video-based educational applications, one of today's innovative educational mediums, enable the emergence of emotions in students and the formation of permanent learning with the effect of video-visual sense. This study is carried out in order to reveal the technology integrate tolerance education from the eyes of the students. The study gains importance in terms of being a study that includes the ideas of students in the context of tolerance education and technology in the north of Cyprus. In this context, it is thought that the use of video in the course content is important for an effective tolerance education in order to conduct the course in a technology integrated manner and to ensure permanence in learning. At that point, the feedback from students gains significance. The aim. The aim of this research is to report students' experience of using technology-mediated learning applications for tolerance education. The following questions were investigated in this study. 1. How do students define the concept of tolerance? 2. What does using technology-based learning gain students? 3. What are the gains of students in tolerance education with technology-supported education? Methodology. Research model and pattern. This research is a qualitative study conducted to examine the experiences of students and to clarify the use of technology within the scope of tolerance. This research has been done using phenomenology design. Study group. The research prefers to carry out the applications online with her own classroom due to the fact that she is a classroom teacher and also because of the COVID-19 outbreak. The sample group consists of 17 students studying in class 3A of the relevant public primary school affiliated to the TRNC Ministry of National Education in Nicosia in the 2020-2021 academic year. In the study, the student group purposeful sampling approach was chosen in accordance with easily accessible situation sampling. Data collection tools. The researchers used interview technique or diary among qualitative data collection methods to collect research data. Research data were collected using a semi-structured interview form created by the researcher. Data collection. The data of this research were collected by the researcher in the spring semester of the 2020-2021 academic year. This research consists of two stages. In the first stage, students were presented with a video stream in accordance with the content of tolerance education in the course, which was taught online using Lumen web-based distance education. And in order to reveal students' perfections on this subject, both focus group meetings were held during the course and online interviews were made with students using a pre-format semi-structured interview from after the course. Analysis. In the research data obtained from the interview form context analysis, various concepts and connections related to the subject were revealed and the hints were formed. Opinions of the participants were included in the findings section. They were presented to the students in the form of Q1, Q2 codes. Findings. 1. Students waived off the concept of tolerance. Most of the students explain the concept of tolerance as behaving well. Q3 answer as when they treat our friends well without offending them. They are also happy and they mutuality treat us well. 2. Opinions on the benefits of using technology-based learning for students. It is obvious to say that the majority of students gives positive effect on the technology skill. Q7 replied, it was great that the lesson was handled with video. I watched curiously what would happen. I wish all the lessons were taught with video. 3. Technology supports education and students views on the achievement in tolerance education. Positive contribution to academic development with regard to tolerance is the most common statement in the theme. For example, Q5 answers, the video I watched impressed me. I realized how important it is to be tolerant and understanding, respecting the disabled and everyone. Discussion. In this study, the findings obtained on how technology enhanced learning improves student skills in tolerance education. Students define tolerance as follows: empathy, equality, justice, helpfulness, understanding, respect, affection, being indulgent, behaving well, respecting differences, generous, nice talk, discreet, honest, calm, evaluativeness, smiling. Similar with other studies, similar findings were obtained in the form of loving, being respectful, sharing, behaving well. The findings obtained from students' perceptions about the benefits of using technology-based learning are presented under them, such as the positive effect of the technology use skill, the easier understanding of the subjects, the engaging lessons, and entertaining lesson environment being motivation for learning and taking an active role. With the use of technology in tolerance education and the presentation of the lecture in which the audibility and visuality in the videos are added, the attention and interest of the students becomes more intense during the lesson, and it is seen that the learning is more permanent. In similar research, it is also stated that technology will be beneficial for learning. The students' opinions revealed by using technology supported teaching in tolerance education under main topics as follows: positive contribution to academic development on tolerance, enabling students' interaction with regard to tolerance, raising awareness about tolerance, and preparing students for social life with regard to tolerance. Similar findings are obtained in other studies. Religion and culture suggestions. In the study, students' views on tolerance provide a universal insight with their expressions such as equality, empathy, not harming themselves and words, being fair, helping others, happiness, smiling, hugging, respecting, giving gifts, loving people, and all living being without discrimination. In addition, it is concluded that the participants can take on a more active role while learning. The technological material that used in the lesson help them to improve their technological skills. They grasp the subjects more easily. They take an attractive and active role in the lesson, and they are motivated to understand the concept of tolerance with a cooperative and entertaining lesson environment. They organize seminars for school administrators, teachers, and families to revise the curriculum to teach respect and tolerance for diversity in students' education, since tolerance education activities are practices that require active participation of students. More time is needed for teaching. Education program require a separate study for each discipline in order to be insufficient in this regard and to make changes. Therefore, materials for tolerance education should be provided by the Minister of Education. Chifty states that in the 21st century, transitional education is inadequate. The desired outcomes cannot be achieved from education. There is a lack of implementation in real life. There is equality, justice, flexible and individualized learning environments on the basis of universality in education, and therefore digital technologies are needed. Erdemir says that as the experience of using technological devices and the internet increases, positive results are occur. Therefore, it is necessary to include new technologies in teaching process to update to curriculum and, if necessary, to provide teachers with in-service training on this subject. Al-Rabani explains that cooperation on international tolerance can contribute to the development of different cultures and religions and also the world peace as well. Thanks for listeners, organizers, and the authors in the work.